feel the team handled this big test against one of the top teams in the league?
Yeah, great. I thought when they were pressuring us hard, we did our job. We didn't, we bent a little bit, but didn't break. We stayed to our structure. We got opportunities off it, and when we did, we didn't miss.
Hey, Mitch, we see what it does on the scoreboard, but when the depth guys contribute like they did, what does that do for the guys in the bench?
A lot. I think our depth guys have been playing really good hockey here recently for us. Really since the deadline. I think our bottom six, I don't even know if you can really call them that. There's a lot of skill in those guys. The work ethic is top notch, and it's been great that this last couple of games of the season get rewarded for it.
Is it much of an adjustment to the 11-7 format for you?
Not really. I'm just trying to wait and hear my name get called to go out there. So just trying to catch my breath when I'm on the bench and just be ready, like I said, when I get called upon.
More of a 10 forward alignment. It's like how much different is that when it's down to just 10?
You just want to make sure you're doing the right things out there, being smart with your shift length, especially against that team. They got a lot of speed. They come with a lot of pace, so you don't want to be out there tired against them, and that's how they get their opportunities.
You happy for the fan reaction to Luke's first game back here after whatever a decade probably now?
Yeah, it was great. I remember when I don't know how old I was when he first started playing here, but I remember the hype around him, the love around him. Big man's throwing his body around, and not much has changed. So it's great to see the fans give him that warm love that he deserves, and we're happy to have him on this team.
Probably 11.
Sorry?
Probably 11.
Yeah, I don't even know. Something like that probably, but not much has changed. He's still the same guy, and throwing that body around and hard to play against. So it's good to play a bit with him.
I know it all got hurt tonight. Are you seeing a little more expensive flair with that stick with the bottom guys we're talking about him in the line, Sam in the line?
Well, like I said, I think they got a lot of pace, they got a lot of energy. They've done a really great job of their forechecking, their sticks, getting around that net. Like I said, they've been getting rewarded for it, which is great. But definitely in the defensive zone, they've been in some serious lanes, blocking some shots, blocking some big shots. They came in and helped their penalty kill as well. So, they've all came in and contributed, and it's bringing energy to our team.
How tough is it to see Noel go out the way he did, and there's no call there? Just like what do you think in that sequence?
I think it's probably tough on the refs to call that. It's a quick play. It's hard to see that out there in that moment, and hard to really tell if it's on purpose or not. But you never like seeing that for any guy really. It's a scary incident. You just make sure he's okay, and like I said, he's been a big part of our team here when he's came in, and the energy he brings, the pace he brings, the physicality, and he's been scoring some goals for us too. So he's been a big piece of this team since the deadline.
Zach, 2 goals tonight. You were going away from a St. Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
How did that feel to you tonight?
It definitely felt good. It's always easy to play the rest of the game when you score on your first shift. They were pretty easy goals for me to put in. Gus with a great shot. Great move by him too. That little shimmy at the top to get free, and then Laps with a great sauce pass. So, I was hoping for the third, but I'm happy with the night.
You'd be okay with the team wearing green and white
Yeah,
often?
yeah, definitely. I like these jerseys a lot.
Any mutual chemistry between you and Sam from your time in the Penguins organization?
Definitely. I think it was his first year, my second year. We were line mates in Wilkes. I think it was 11 or 12 games we played together before I got called up, but had a lot of points together, and we're on the power play together, penalty kill together, so definitely some chemistry there.
What did you like most about the group's effort today?
Just the way that we battled the entire time, no matter what happened. Whether it was calls we didn't agree with, to fight through it, get the kill. Going down to 10 forwards. It's never easy, and you're going right back out there. It seems as soon as you get to the bench, but I think we kept it simple, and everybody did their job tonight. There was no passengers.
Who got the belt?
I did.
What was that like?
It's cool. It kind of sucks having to get up and talk in front of everyone, but I'll take it. So.
What do you say?
Good win. I said thank you for bailing me out on the PK. At the end of the game, kind of a bad penalty to take there, but just try to bottle it up and carry this mindset into Ottawa.
Was it you had 2? You didn't want to get greedy. You had a hat trick. Does that cross your mind at all?
A little bit, but definitely win first before the hat trick. So.
How have you navigated this? I think it was 1 goal in 23 games before tonight. How have you sort of felt and managed this stretch?
It gets frustrating for sure, but I never get deterred. It's just kind of spending more time in practice out there at the end, tipping pucks. I actually have been doing that a lot at the end of practice lately. Mo feeds them in there for me. So, just kind of practice and stick with it. It's a long year, hoping to go far in the playoffs. So, you just got to stick with it, and like I said, long year.
Considering his shot, maybe Morgan should be shooting for deflections. What do you make of his goal tonight?
That was a great shot. I mean, it's kind of funny looking off one of the better shooters in the game. Callie did it the other night too, and it worked out for him, so he must have had that in the back of his mind.
What do you like the most about the team's effort tonight, Morgan?
Yeah, I think if you look at the game again, it kind of had that playoff type of game feel in terms of both teams being conscious not to allow too much offense and tight, not a lot of high-end chances if you look at it. So I thought that was a good effort by us, a good bounce back from the loss against Colorado. Then we're going in tomorrow night, a team within our division, so it'll be a good test.
Morgan, the depth guys do a lot of good things defensively. When they contribute on the scoreboard thing, what does it do for the bench?
Yeah, it's great. When those guys are able to get on the board and score and be a part of the offense, it's awesome for our group, and I think our guys really feed off of it. They do a lot for our team that goes unnoticed or untalked about. So for them to get in on the scoring is awesome. You want that for those guys.
And your offense coming around, that feels good.
Yep.
What do you see on your goal tonight?
Obviously, good play by Callie. With Austin, you're obviously looking to pass if you're with him. So, I thought the Demon obviously did a good job of taking that away. So just try to pick a corner.
But when he's the other guy in that rush, so the goalies shall be realizing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking pass the whole time because of who you're out there with. But when the Demon does a good job like that, you just got to, just try to pick a corner, like I said.
Did you think the calls and maybe a non-call kind of fired up your bench tonight?
I don't know. Maybe. Off the top of my mind, I can't really remember. But there was lots going on. The ice was a bit weird because I think there's a game earlier this afternoon. So, that had something to do with kind of the style of the game probably, the puck bouncing a little bit, just trying to keep it simple. But ultimately, I thought the guys responded well to them scoring, to the game, to the pace of the game, not getting frustrated and just kind of sticking with it. I thought it was good.
What about Luke getting back here and the crowd really acknowledging him, especially at the end? Yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool. I know that he was pumped to get back in this building, playing for this team, and for him to make a good play there on the PK and for the people to acknowledge it. And, I'm sure that was special for him.
Are you a morning skate guy now?
You're on to me now, yeah. We'll see. Not tomorrow.
What was this game like tonight for you?
I think it's huge for team win. Again, this hard game for us. Everybody know Carolina is a really dangerous team, especially for after rush attack and a lot of shots, like in the zone. We play a great game today, we just play simple in a defenseman zone, and we got some 5 goals in an offensive zone. This is huge win for us. We need to stay focused tomorrow. Hard game against Ottawa. Everybody see Ottawa play really good last couple of weeks. Yeah, we need just to stay focused and just keep working hard.
What do you think about Zach getting 2 tonight?
I know he's sniper, everybody knows this. I'm so happy for him. He's been in a goalie ice with me yesterday. I see he will be score a couple goals today. I believe him.
You've gone back to play against Washington. How do you think Matt will feel going into Ottawa tomorrow night?
Can I repeat this?
Your old team.
With the X team. A little bit extra emotion probably for Matt, but sometimes it's helped you more focus, more great opportunity too. It's not first game for X team for Matt because he's played against Pittsburgh a lot of times, and I think it's nothing new for him. He's won 2 Stanley Cup. I think he don't have a nervous.
What were you thinking early in the second when Aho broke in alone and you made that right toe save?
What time?
Early in the second, the right toe save with your stretch. What were you thinking when you came in?
I'm just waiting what time he's touch some puck. Yeah, I understand he will be moved all left side or right side. Yeah, I'm just waiting and just a good save. Yeah, and he's not a lot of space. Defense must play really compact, you know, like, and he don't have a lot of space to remove. It's good for me too. Yeah.
I know that Carolina puts a lot of pucks up in that, and you're able to see a lot tonight.
Yeah, we're talking about this one in a morning meeting. As Sheldon said, same thing, you know, like a lot of shots for defensemen. Yeah, a lot of shots, a lot of tips. It will be a lot of tips. Nothing surprise for us. We know how play Carolina this year, like 3-4 years ago. Same, yeah. A lot of pucks go to the net. Again, you know, like huge game. We stay compact in the D zone and huge in offensive zone today.
You've never lost to Carolina. You like this matchup? Is that in your mind? Like, I've never lost to them?
Yeah, I don't know this.
5-0.
It's perfect, yeah. I'm happy. It's good, but I don't think about this. Just one game. Carolina, good team.
There was a sequence. Marner had the puck behind the net. Kakiniemi was in your face. I think the ref was telling you to stand. Like, what are you thinking there?
I'm just get some little bit bad vision for him. I didn't do nothing, you know. Like sometimes this guy smile, yeah. I got some smile too, you know. Like I'm just a help it for a D. It's nothing crazy. I didn't do.
Sheldon, what did you think of Samsonov? I think he was fighting it a bit to start and figured it out.
I didn't see him fighting anything. I thought he was excellent.
What made you guys so effective against a team that likes to throw so much at the net?
Well, I thought the guys blocked out well. You know, there was a few tips that they got. They got their stick on for sure. That Sammy was really strong on. You know, but I thought the guys defended well. They were in lanes. We blocked some shots, discouraged a few. Did enough to keep them away from the net. Obviously, though, they got 2 goals off of, you know, some breakdowns in our coverage there that you know, we need to do a better job on those. But for the most part, I thought we did a really good job defensively, and you know, I thought we moved the puck really well out of our coming out of our end tonight, which has been an issue for us in recent games. And then tonight you're playing against a team that's maybe the hardest in the league to come out of your zone against. So it was certainly an area of focus for us yesterday's practice and coming into today, and I thought that the D responded very, very well with how they moved, and I thought they just got us moving up the rink really nicely against a team that normally is quite difficult to do so.
You guys said you guys channeled your frustration in the right direction after a couple of calls and non-calls and that.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, penalty kill responded really, really well. You know, whether it was, you know, coming out of that. Coming out to start the second period or in the third period, you know, obviously the penalty kill doesn't do a job. It changes the game significantly, and our power play gets one opportunity and makes good on it. So, you know, special teams were a major factor in the game tonight, and I just thought we just played a real smart game against a very good team.
What was your view of the Achari sequence, and do you have an update on him?
I mean, my view of it obviously is, you know, it should be a penalty. You know, it's tough to lose a player like that and a play like that. Refs saw it differently, but in terms of an update, you know, he's not going to travel with us. He won't be available tomorrow. And then in terms of what happens going forward, I don't know, we'll have to see. Like, he was in the room and he handed off the belt tonight to the other guys, or to Reeser. So he seems like he's doing all right, but clearly couldn't come back in the game. So that's concerning.
2 goals from Zach tonight when the bottom six is going like that makes everything a lot easier for you. Right?
Yeah, no doubt. Huge goals too. I mean, that first goal, first of all, Gustafsson makes an excellent play to be able to get to a spot to clear the lane and get it there, and then Reeser gets a stick on it. That's a huge goal to get us started. And then, you know, at a time, you know, when they had scored, and you know, now the game's in the balance a little bit, you know, in terms of momentum and all of that, and you know, Lafferty takes a puck, and you can see his separation speed to get into good ice and
Reeser really worked to get to the back post, and those guys connected. So that's a big goal for us. Obviously, Mitch scored a huge goal, a power play. You know, the goal that Austin gets for us is a big goal for us. And then, you know, seeing Morgan shooting in the net like that again here tonight, that's really good and great initiative by him to jump into that good ice to get to that spot.
What about Luke's first game back? I mean, you start him as you tend to do with guys like that, but also, you know, gets the reaction from the crowd in the third period on the hit.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, obviously he hasn't played. First game at home, there's a lot going on for him here, right? First game at home, I'm sure there's a lot of emotions attached to that, as he's spoken about and made it very clear how much it means to him to be back here. He also hasn't played. You know, he's had one practice with us. So there's been a lot going on here. He's just going to continue to get better. But that was a great moment. I thought he had some good moments in the game. And certainly, you know, to bring the physicality there at an important time with the penalty kill and such, it was great to see the crowd react and give him that.
You played the majority of the game with 10 forwards. How do you handle the lineup for tomorrow?
Well, like we talked about, we were going 12-6, and we're going to stay with that. So, you know, even with losing Achari, I think that's our plan. You know, we'll look and see what we have for tomorrow and how guys wake up and all that, and manage it and see if we have to adjust our plan any. But you know, I had even this morning I had told Hall he was playing tomorrow. I had told Simmons he's playing tomorrow. Before, you know, so those guys are definitely going in, and just so happens we got an injury that would have brought Simmer in anyway. So those guys will be ready, and we'll make any adjustments we need to once we see where we're at exactly tomorrow.
Presumably Murray as well. I presume you kind of want good competition for your goalies the next 10 12 games towards the end of the season.
Yeah, we want two goalies to be ready and pushing each other and feeling good, and we want a team playing well in front of them. You know, it's a back-to-back. Our team's done well on back-to-backs here throughout the season for the most part. You know, but we've got a very hungry Ottawa team that gave it to us pretty good in here last time we saw them. So it's going to be a challenging game tomorrow. Our team's going to need to be really good in front of Matt. But it's a great opportunity for Matt to go in, you know, and kind of keep his game going, because I talked about before, I think he's played well since coming back. You know, hasn't had the results the way that you'd like that would show up on the stat sheet, but I've liked his game and his process, and tomorrow's another chance for him to put that on display.